Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and welcome to the video with the biggest description section in the history of my channel. That's because I'm talking about something that people have requested quite a bit, kind of casually. Nobody's like, oh, I'm dying to know. But no, quite often people are like, hey, what else do you watch on YouTube? And I practically live on YouTube. I mean, I barely even watch Netflix and Hulu anymore. So I thought, hey, why not show off some of the other channels I watch? Because some of them are kind of smaller and you've probably never heard of them. That sounds so hipster just saying it out loud. Although some of them, legitimately, I did like them before they were cool. Oh, and obviously I'm going to skip anything with, I'll say, above 250,000 subs, because then you've probably heard of it and probably already watch it. I don't need to waste your time explaining what it is. First up, in no particular order, apparently, I don't know, I'm going by the order of them in my sub box, so I'm sure there's some logic there, but Sid Alpha. Now, his channel exploded up to 62k subs because he was involved in the whole Alex Maurer nonsense. Alex Maurer is quite possibly the biggest scumbag on all of YouTube. Just hands down. Look it up if you're interested. But when Sid's not talking about lunatics and lawsuits, which actually should have been the name of his channel, he's reviewing games, and mostly it's in the context of, hey, here's a little indie game. Is it good, is it not? Or basically calling out devs that are terrible, game developers and development companies, and people who are like, you know, committing fraud on Steam and just like really bad people, and then really, really good people. So he's got Diamond Devs, which is the good ones, and Dirty Devs, which is the bad one. So he just keeps it so real, and I've never been like, oh no, his take on this game is completely wrong. And it's not even like traditional game reviews. It's more like, here's everything about the company. Oh, and also the game's good too. So you should check him out. He's a really super cool dude. He keeps it real, keeps it short, and just, I've never disagreed with one of his videos, pretty much. Next up, Mike the Cop. This one's pretty simple. It's a guy who's a cop, and he has funny cop stories and opinions on things, and his channel is freaking hilarious. He could seriously have like his own comedy stand-up channel or something. The guy's hilarious, and he answers like real legit questions and like, you know, user submissions, that kind of stuff. And then he has, like I said, really funny stories. So just check it out. It's absolutely awesome. Oh, unless you're a liberal, then don't. Just don't even. Okay, I just realized he has 1 million subs, but I'm going to say it anyway. Today I found out this channel is awesome, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Like, mysteries that you didn't know that you wanted to know, but as soon as you read the title, you're like, I did want to know that. And the legend himself, he's the star of multiple channels, Simon Whistler, everybody's favorite British person. Well, besides that, like, glorified British cartoon character that's on CNN, that's everybody's real favorite. And the Queen. Sometimes it's just funny historical stories, like a cat that authored a whole bunch of really awesome, like, physics papers or whatever. But then it's like, does this really work? What happened here? What actually happened with this? You know, just cool, wacky stories presented really, really, really well. It's like my channel if I bothered to take notes and then read them. By the way, an even better Simon Whistler channel, I hope I'm remembering that correctly, is Alltime Conspiracies, so check that one out too. It's even better. Just the headlines. I mean, just the headlines. You should already subscribe before even watching 1 second of the videos. Did aliens nuke India? Is the Queen of England a cannibal? Is Bigfoot an alien? Did the Dalai Lama work for the CIA? It's not like outrageous like theory crap. It's like they keep it real, and at the end they usually say why it's complete and utter nonsense. Next up, we've got Carleigh Elise. I absolutely love her. She is even geekier than me, and yeah, I honestly could see her like being my sister. So if you imagine female me making a channel about like mysteries, creepy stuff, creepy stories, some like, you know, creepypasta style narrations, but also like a ton of real events, like real stuff that actually happened. In fact, a lot of like unsolved mysteries. In fact, her whole channel is kind of like Unsolved Mysteries, kind of has that vibe if you're, well, as old as me and remember that show. So she is so cool, so turbo geeky, and so funny and awesome in like a subtle way. I just love her channel, and just check it out. It's not for everybody, but I think if you like her, you'll really like her. Next up, number 1 on my list by far, because I think I mentioned them when they were at like 3,000 to 5,000 subs, and now they're at 79. So obvious, not 79,000. Yes, I mentioned them, and everybody was like, wow, forget this, unsub. You create a channel, leave it out there for like 2 years, you're gonna get 79 bots following you, okay? Like, 79? Anyway, it's the Boo Review. They're like paranormal investigators that take absolutely nothing seriously whatsoever. I mean, half the time, like halfway through the video, they're just like, this is just such a load. Oh my God. Like, you know, that's where they're going into it, even if they're kind of pretending to play along for a bit before they make the conclusion. But they are just, it's first and foremost like a comedy channel where they just like mess around. And I don't always appreciate their humor, but still, they're pretty funny. They also have a talking monkey named Nathan. That's worth looking into. He hasn't been on the channel in a while. You got to go to some of their older stuff. But they do like, you know, like top 10s for creepiest videos. They do like UFO sightings, Bigfoot, just all this, you know, crazy stuff like ghost sightings. But they find like the silliest, either most massively fake or massively realistic, but already debunked videos, and then like debunk the crap out of it even more. But seriously, the other cool thing is they're not just messing around and like, oh, this is fake, this is fake. They legitimately know how to like fake videos. They're really into like special effects and editing and that kind of stuff. And in some cases, they'll actually recreate what they did in the video in After Effects usually. So they're like, yeah, there's a frame cut here. The reflection doesn't match here, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's fake. You know, like they aren't just like messing around. Like they're serious about it, but they're also messing around. It sounds confusing. Just go check them out. They are absolutely awesome. One of my all-time favorite channels on all of YouTube. Oh, and also, if you ever find yourself filming something really creepy that's like, you know, oh, look at these mysterious lights in the graveyard, oh my gosh. You know how if people are like about to get in a shovel fight in the middle of the road, because that's a thing in the hood, you gotta yell, World Star! Okay, so if it's a paranormal video, you have to yell, I gotta send this to the Boo Review. So far, they have a grand total of 1 person that did that. For real though, if you have something kind of creepy, even if it's just like real subtle, like send it to them. Next up, with almost 300k subscribers, we got one of my favorite dudes, Big Clive, unless it's Big C Live. I don't know if I've ever heard him say it, but it's bigclive.com, all one word, all lowercase. Why am I telling you this? Just click the link in the description. He is I want to say Scottish guy. I'm bad with accents. I have no idea. And he knows electronics inside and out. Literally, he will take them apart on camera and be like, oh, here's how this was built. And if it's something that's just like painfully bad Chinese, you know, engineering and stuff, he'll give it some snarky title like the amazing like baby electrocutor. And it's actually like a bath warmer, but it's like not insulated properly and it will probably like kill you. So some of it's like, here's a neat device. Okay, I took it apart and here's how it works. Here's, you know, what components go into it. Here's how the chip works and here's how the circuit works, that kind of stuff. And then other times he's just like, here's why this is a horribly unsafe piece of junk. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how unbelievably like bad this is. So if you ever wonder how bad Chinese electronics really are in some cases, and some of them turn out to be fantastic. Like some of them, he got it for like $4 imported from Hong Kong and they're like amazingly good. So if you're into electronics at all, because you guys know I know electrical designs and soldering pretty well, so I'm into it. But even if you're not, he's just so funny. Just go check it out. Next up, we're going OG with this one. And why do I subscribe to so many British channels? I don't know. Why are so many British people on YouTube? I don't know. Why does almost every single channel I mentioned have almost exactly like 295 to 298,000 subs? I don't know. But coming in at 297,000 subs, we've got Larry Bundy Jr. Junior. He's a British guy who worked on games back in like the, I'd say Atari days, but it's even older than that. And he did a lot of game art. He did some programming and stuff, game design. So like he knows in the industry what was going on. So it's like a first person account, none of this top 10 list. Oh, I read Wikipedia and half the information's wrong nonsense. Nah. This is straight from the source. And this is like, oh, the Drivergate scandal, you know, the big one with, I don't remember, Driver, I assume, for the PS2, I think it was at the time. Something about reviews getting changed, I don't know, it's been a while. But top 5 offensive cheat codes and 5 times that people, like developers hid secret and deeply offensive messages in games. And, you know, sometimes he does game reviews, too. But also he does like, you know, Halloween specials with like the best like old school, you know, Halloween games and stuff. He even did British horror movie games and stuff. I mean, it's just such good old school classic gaming stuff. So if you're about my age, you're going to appreciate this channel. Next up, okay, you might have heard of this one, 582,000 subs. It's Lazy Masquerade. And of course, I did open one of my videos with, hey guys, Lazy here. Which is the worst British impression ever, but yeah, I don't know why they're all British. I don't know. You can ask down in the comment section, I still won't know. So he does horror narrations, you know, a lot of creepypasta stuff, a lot of just crazy stories and historical stuff and descriptions of like other cultures, you know, stories and that kind of stuff, and it's just so well read. So check that out if you're into it. I mean, it's like a free book on tape. You don't gotta pay for it. I mean, that's pretty sweet. Oh my God, did I just say tape? Did I just say book on tape? Like cassette magnetic tape. I am so old, I am disgusted. Next up with 561,000 subs, which is a lot more than I thought, Monkey Boo. It's a guy named Pete. He has a capuchin monkey. That's all you need to know. The monkey does cute stuff. He does openings of fan mail and eating lots of delicious food and playing with electronics. They even taught him to do scratch-off lottery tickets, and despite trying to eat it every 5 seconds, I think he actually won quite a bit of money, which is hilarious. Oh, and they got him to do ASMR, too. That's right, Capuchin Monkey ASMR. Pete's hilarious, Boo's hilarious, the channel's hilarious. Check it out. Next up, cool channel called Bright Sun Films. Sounds like some kind of indie thing. It's not. It's honestly barely even films. It's like sort of documentaries. No, they pretty much are documentaries. But they're about any kind of thing that was abandoned. A place, a business. They're almost all places. He does interviews with people to ask about, what happened, and abandoned cruise lines, abandoned apartments, and abandoned shopping malls. And a lot of the times he actually goes to the places. I mean, there's an abandoned Target in Canada, Rolling Acres Mall. I mean, if you've heard of it and it's abandoned, he probably either went there or did a video on it. Also, he has a Let's Play for Halo 4. Not really sure why that is. Well, technically that game was abandoned. Ew. Next up, another totally geeky but totally keeping it real dude, ScareTheater. Oh my God, he has 274,000 subs. Jeez, I remember when he had like 70,000 people, not 70. I say it because I know someone's gonna say it. So anyway, he does just like straight up internet spooky stuff. So it's a lot of creepypastas and a lot of ARGs, alternate reality games, which I am so planning to do one. A lot of them he tries his absolute best to debunk, and some of them it's not all internet stuff. I mean, he does, he did like, the strange sounds in the sky from all those, those viral videos, and, it turned out to be a bulldozer, spoiler alert. I mean, then he does like, chip chan analysis and strange YouTube channels, and, subculture.com and cryptids like Thunderbirds. Frick's Lock, Godly Recon, Marina Joyce, 112 Dirtbag. I mean, if it's a thing and it was on the internet and it became popular, whether it was an ARG on purpose or it was just something creepy or somebody trolling, he's gonna cover it. And then a couple urban legend stuff like the black-eyed children, So it's just cool, and the dude is just like, I just like him for some reason. I don't know, he's just an awesome sounding dude. He keeps it so super real, keeps it really serious, but the videos are like deeply entertaining. Oh, and he even has like some original debunks. Like I think the one at CERN, I think he was the first one to debunk him, the ritual at CERN. Or maybe not. I think that one he researched. I don't remember. But he had like some original debunks of stuff, like himself. Like that's pretty impressive. And why not? I'm scrolling through them. Desolator Gaming, a fantastic channel for gaming. And I think it has like 7 videos, maybe 8, and 728 subscribers. Not 1,000, just 728. Once in a while, I upload something to it, and then I go drive for Uber or put stuff on eBay, because honestly, it's not a very good source of money. Gaming on YouTube is dead. And finally, Reality Survival. Of all the channels that I would call prepper channels for people that consider themselves preppers, this is the realest one. This is just like, here's what you need to know to keep yourself alive in case of a short-term or long-term emergency. Here's real tips. No opinion, no politics, nothing. Just keep it real. If you think, oh, I'm not into prepping, those people are paranoid, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Just in my lifetime, and keep in mind I'm 30, we've been in some serious emergency situations in Wisconsin. Yeah, not a lot of hurricanes and earthquakes hit Wisconsin. We're not exactly target number 1 in case of like World War III, okay? But we've been without power for days at a time and had to filter our own water. We've had boil orders in my area where something leaked into something, and then suddenly you just wake up one morning and have no water. Hell, I've had just maintenance work, we've had no water. I mean, it's like these little miniature situations where like one time I had to wire up my entire work with multiple generators, had to build generators out of cars and inverters, do all the wiring, get emergency lighting, and make sure like the septic system didn't blow up. Like all this stuff that you just take for granted on a daily basis. Like I was the only one out of a lot of people that worked there who knew what the heck I was doing. And I was single-handedly responsible for getting us back up and running within like 4 hours after the tornado. And keep in mind, we lost an entire building. Unfortunately, the tornado didn't hit my shop because that's back when I was working at both, and I would have really wanted the insurance money out of that. So check it out. He's got real, actual, practical stuff, just like how to filter water, how to do this, how to do that, build this, whatever. He's just the coolest, and he won't sit there and hear about Obama every 6 seconds. It's not one of those channels. So that's about it. I mean, obviously I subscribe to like 100 more channels than what I mentioned here. Those are just some that I wanted to point out because they're just exceptionally good, or they're exceptionally not absolutely huge, so you probably haven't heard of them. So hopefully you guys can go find all kinds of more entertaining stuff to watch on YouTube now that I told you about some cool stuff. And of course, MTG players, we tend to kind of think alike and have similar interests. Although, I just realized with the ones I just randomly picked just based on size and stuff, I probably seem really weird. I am, but not like that. I'm not like, into weird, creepy, scary, whatever. I just randomly found those channels interesting. So hey, if there's a really cool channel, tell us about it down in the comment section below. And keep in mind, 98% of all hyperlinks are deleted or spam marked, or whatever. YouTube just doesn't let them show up. I can unmark them though, so take a shot at it. I mean, if it's a youtube.com link, it's a little bit less likely to get flagged, but you'd be surprised. So leave your favorite channels or channels, whatever, down below, and I will see you guys next video.